Hi, amigas. Hello. 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 Hello, my friends. Me wearing white socks on a dirty floor. No, pinches calcetines van a quedar negros. Right, babe? Hello. Happy New Year's to us. Happy New Year's to us. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to me. I know. Hello. Hey. Hi, guys. We're making buñuelos, okay? We're making buñuelos. We're making them with the honey glaze, and then we're going to make them with cinnamon sugar as well. Let me bring my pans over here. My pans. Hello. Hi, amigas. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to us. Boom, boom. Happy New Year's to us. Boom, boom. Pinches nalgas no tiene. Happy New Year's to us. Hello from casa. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Evangelina. Hello, Irene. Hello, Lizzie. If I didn't see your name, say hello again. Hello, Mary. Happy New Year's. We're making buñuelos, you guys. And these are like the big tortillas that you fry, and then you can put the honey on them. We're going to make the honey. For the honey, we're going to need cinnamon, piloncillo. There's a few cloves down there, and we're going to need water, and we're going to need guayabas, okay? That's for the piloncillo, cinnamon sugar for the cinnamon sugars. And for the actual buñuelos, we're going to need, let me run through the ingredients, okay? We're going to need 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We got that. We're going to need 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder. We're going to need 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, 1 egg. I haven't grabbed the egg. 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening, and 1 cup of the secret ingredient, Fanta. Don't you wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta? So we're gonna need Fanta. Okay, you can do, if you don't have Fanta, you can do 1 cup of milk or 1 cup of water. Completely up to you. But we're also gonna need 1 egg. So let me grab my huevos. Ay, esa huevona. Okay, we're eggs. Egg. We got 1 egg. Wait, this egg's cracked. No, crack is whack. Don't crack my egg. Okay, there we go. Okay, and 1 egg. So we got the egg. Are you guys ready to make buñuelos? Oh, and you're gonna need a lot of oil, preferably like a mild flavored frying oil, like a vegetable oil or a corn oil or some type of oil. Hello, amigas. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna bring it down right here so y'all can watch the magic happen. Hold on, right here. All right, we're gonna use our mixer, but only to knead. We're not gonna use our mixer to actually mix. We're gonna mix with our hands. So here's our bowl, and we're gonna start off with the dry ingredients. Did you guys hear that, class? Dry ingredients. Can we say dry ingredients 2 times? Dry ingredients, guys. So dry ingredients right here. Hello. Happy New Year, Ashley. Hello, Tina. Happy New Year. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Rhonda. Rhonda, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in a while. Are you working a lot? I bet you are. Hello, sister wife. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Cindy. Okay, so we're going to get started, guys, because I got to go. My nephews are waiting for me. Jose's at the table eating his menudo. We're going to grab 3.5 cups of flour. Okay, these are 1 cup, so 3.5 cups of flour. I like this little like measuring flour thing, but it makes a mess with the little palito. But it does like level it really well. So there's 1. You could sift it if you want to, but it doesn't really make a difference for me, for my observations. Okay. 2. Can we count to 3, class? 3. So 3. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Yes. Hello, Gail. Hello, Amy. If you guys can all share this video, that would be great. You look wonderful, Rosalie. Oh, well, I'm just still in my PJs. Jose got up early. Well, I wouldn't even call it early, but we didn't go to bed till late, right, babe? He went golfing. He went and got his golf in. He started his New Year's hitting balls. So, it's going to be a good year for him. He for sure is going to have a great year. And then half a cup of, so 3.5 cups of flour, okay? I'm just going to make a little hole in there. So we got our 3.5 cups of flour. All right, 3 cups of flour. Now we're going to grab the cups. The cup holders can go down there. Okay, now I'm going to grab my measuring cucharas. I can smell them. Oh, yeah. I'm like, why can I smell the menudo? Okay, and then we're going to need 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, okay? 1. And then we're going to grab... There's no half on here. Well, cagada. You're like, what did she say? She said cagada. Okay, here's... Okay. And 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder. And then we're going to grab 2 tablespoons or 1.5, whatever, depending on how sweet. I'm actually going to do 1.5 because we're going to put Fanta in here and that has sugar as well. So we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. Tablespoons of sugar. And then we're going to do a we're going to do a little spoonful of sugar, a little bit of salt. The salt just brings out all the flavors. Yep, and then we're going to mix this all together, okay? Hello, I love what you're making. I love buñuelos. Let's guess you stayed up until New Year's. I stayed out till the New Year. We didn't go to bed till late. We were hanging out with my sister. I honestly almost brought in the New Year's filming a podcast, and then we ran over there, brought in the New Year's, still hung out for a little bit. So we're just mixing all those dry ingredients together. Okay. Mix them all up. Mix them all up. And we're going to need half a cup of vegetable shortening. Make sure your hands are clean. I already washed my hands and prepared them. You can use gloves as well. So this is, we're going to do 2 of these because 2 of these is half a cup. Vegetable shortening. You can also do butter, but vegetable shortening makes them super crispy. So I prefer vegetable shortening for mine. So just throw that in there. Like that. And then we're going to do another full one. Babe, I don't like that cough. Jose really needs to stop his... he went to the bathroom to cough because I always give him a hard time about his cough. Okay, so there's half a cup of vegetable shortening. Okay. I'm not going to need this right now. Okay. All right, let me get rid. Oh, we're going to need the sugar and cinnamon, but I'll leave it over here because we're not going to need it right this second. All right, so now what we're going to do is with your hand, you're going to crumble that vegetable shortening into your flour and all your dry ingredients until it becomes like a sandy texture. Let me grab a glove. I'm just going to use one hand. Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello. Okay, so we're going to go in here and you're just going to put the flour and that into that sandy texture. I like your pink scraper. Yeah, those are like little silicone scraper tools. So you're just going to really work that vegetable shortening into that flour mixture until it becomes like sandy, like almost all that vegetable shortening like worked into there. What did you guys do for New Year's? Good evening. Hello. Hello, Amy. Okay, so we're just kind of working all that flour, and I haven't even sent out any of my New Year's, like, Happy New Year's messages. I'm going to start sending those out. I have, like, you know. And guess who sent me Happy New Year's again? I'm like, you're breaking your 5-year streak. Okay, so we're just going to go. Work it like that. Work it like that. What are your guys' New Year's goals? Happy New Year's, wonderful lady. Hello. What do you think about 2024? Girl, I don't know. I just want to say prayers for Japan and all the beautiful, wonderful people out there. You guys know I work for a Japanese company. So my heart just goes out to the people of Japan and what they had to bring in the new year with. Hola, Margarita. Happy New Year. Okay, so it's good. It's perfect. Like, it's all like sand, almost like wet sand. That's kind of like if you like squeeze it together, it stays together. But if you like that, okay? So we're going to do that. Perfect. I'm just going to make sure it's all this. There's no like dry sand underneath. I mean, no dry flour underneath. Okay, got it. Now we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of vanilla, okay? 2 whole spoonfuls of vanilla. One, 2. I love the Molina vanilla. It's not my baking vanilla, but it's definitely my vanilla that I use for recipes like this. 1 egg. 1 egg, and 1 cup of Fanta, okay? Let me grab my cup measure. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Okay, 1 cup is right here. Hey! Oh, I forgot to tell Jose, some people came by and they're like, did you guys lose a dog? And they had a dog with them. And I'm like, no, we have all our dogs. Thank you. They're like, okay, your neighbors they said that you guys had dogs. I was like, we do, but they're still here. Our dogs know that if they go missing, we ain't going to look for them. Okay. And then you're going to pour in your Fanta. And then you're going to, I mix it with this until it kind of gets well, like till it gets kind of well incorporated. And then I'm going to put my, my dough hook on my KitchenAid mixer, and then we're going to mix it with the dough hook. Okay, so that looks good. You can use your hand as well. And you're just you're getting all that flour mixture mixed in with the egg and the Fanta. I'm allergic to vanilla. Really? What about like fake vanilla? Because you can get like fake vanilla. Like it's just like vanilla essence, which doesn't really have real vanilla in it. Artificial. Can you do artificial vanilla? I never knew the recipe calls for Fanta. Yeah, so original ones they used like the Mexican jarrito or the Fanta for the buñuelos. Okay, so now it's all incorporated. It's not sticking to my hand. And now we're going to knead it for 5 minutes in our mixer while I put everything away. And let's start making our honey. Our honey while that mixes, okay? So we're going to put our mixture right here. 5 minutes on the KitchenAid, on the kneading for 5 minutes. So we're going to knead it for 5 minutes. Which one is it? Okay, we're gonna leave that one in and that one out. Okay, so we're gonna knead it for 5 minutes. On like a medium. I'm gonna put everything else away while we do that. Fabian's gonna like the Fanta. Babe! That dough is, my dough is coming up to the top, so we're gonna bring it back down. 5 minutes on that knead. Now, while that's kneading, we're gonna go over and make our honey. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make your brown sugar or your molasses honey for your buñuelos, okay? 5 minutes. I'm gonna turn it up a little. 5 minutes on that. I put a timer on so I know it should be done. And then we're gonna let the dough rest while we, look at that. Look at how pretty that dough looks. It should come off completely off the sides. It should not be sticky. It's perfect. Okay. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get you guys all stabilized. Okay. So here's our oil pan. It's ready for whenever I plug it in. Let me plug in my phones because I didn't charge my phones last night. Sorry guys, if you guys are falling. And if you guys are asking questions, I'll answer them in a minute. It's just hard when I'm like moving around. So there. Okay, so we're gonna turn this one on. Okay, and we're gonna grab two cups of water. Just regular water. Two cups of water. Okay. You're going to grab 1 cinnamon stick. You're going to grab a lot of piloncillo. If you can't find piloncillo, this is Mexican sugar cane. You can also do brown sugar, like 2 cups of brown sugar. It's going to turn into a honey. And then in here we have 3 cloves. They're a spice that is kind of spicy, and it's cloves. So we're going to put that all in there. Oh, crap, we forgot one thing. Well, while that heats up, let me grab the other ingredient that I forgot. We're going to need, this is the ingredient that makes the honey kind of fruity tasting. I'm just washing them really quick. So this is guayaba. So these are fresh guava or guayaba. And, oh, crap, I got water in my oil. My oil's going to splatter. Okay, so we're going to split those in half and throw them in our caramel mixture. Okay, it's still kneading. Okay. So we're going to throw that in. We're going to cut them in half. Split the guavas in half and throw them in there. And we're going to turn up the heat. Now we're going to grab my giant a baking sheet. At 36 seconds left of our kneading. So this is all going to start to cook down into like almost like a sauce. And it's going to become like, the water is going to evaporate and it's going to become like a honey. What are you making? These are buñuelos. We're also going to make the cinnamon sugar ones. So let's make those really quick. We're going to make the cinnamon sugar mixture for it. Let me see. Okay, that's my timer so that I know that we've been kneading for 5 minutes. So I'll turn it off. Oopsie, I went on instead of off. Okay. All right. So, oh, and then over here, I'm going to use this baking sheet and I'm going to mix cinnamon and sugar. And I use more cinnamon, less sugar because that's how I like it. But you can kind of do it however you like. Okay. So there's some sugar, about a cup, half a cup of sugar. A little sprinkle of cinnamon for abundance for the new year. Like that. I'm going to mix up the sugar and the cinnamon on here. And I like to lay the cinnamon and sugar flat like that so that whenever the tortilla hits on the cinnamon sugar on the tray, it just like hits the cinnamon sugar. Okay. So we're going to make some with honey, some with cinnamon sugar because we like them both. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, guys. Okay, so this is going to start, once it comes to a boil, it's going to start to reduce. I'm going to move the piloncillo kind of to the center and the cinnamon around. And it's going to start to become really dark, like molasses. Okay, so now let's come back over to the other side. That's all going to be ready. So we're going to fry here. I'm going to have a little area here where we can drip. We're going to have like a rack where they drip the oil off, and then we'll put them in the honey or in the cinnamon, and then they'll be ready. Okay, so over here, we're going to make our little tortilla balls. Okay, we're going to make our tortilla balls. So our masa's ready. I should have charged my phone before we started, but I'm dumb. I'm Mensa. I do things without thinking. I'm a Mensa. Okay. So we have that. And then let me lift this up. Crap. Sorry, guys. I don't want to knock you guys down, but I have to get the dough out. Okay. So here's the dough. We're going to put it right there. Grab all of it out of there. It's like really nice and smooth. Depending on how big you want your buñuelos, that's how you're going to do it. Let me grab some parchment paper. So the trick to these is you got to make them and you got to let them air dry. So we're going to make them. We're going to make the balls. We're going to let the balls rest for a little bit. Okay. So depending on how big you want them, I want them like big enough, but not like so big. Because then, like, what if you want like one of each? That way you don't have like, and you want them to be about the same size. So you're going to put them down like that. Smooth them out, nice and smooth. Three cups. It should make me at least like 2 dozen. We'll see how many it makes. Baby, do you like buñuelos? Hello, Jennifer. I love your shirt. It's so cute. Oh, look at my matching shorts. They're Powerpuff Girl shorts. They match. Okay. I'm like, look at this. Look at me. All right. Baby, tell Fabian there's a Fanta for him if he wants it. Fabian! You want a Fanta? What do you say? You want a Fanta? You want a Fanta? Don't. Huh? I hear him. He's like, somebody said Fanta? The dough should be like very not sticky. Like it should not have any stick to it. Hello, cuteness, amiga. Thank you. Hello, Yvette. Cool. Yeah, so then we're going to make them into tortillas. Kids love helping with this part. So like if you got little ones at home, other than the frying part, they could help with the like making the tortilla part. Hopefully these won't turn out too big. I kind of measure them like that they all fit like in the palm of my hand. Hola, feliz año. Gracias, Maribel. Melissa. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're just going to roll. You better roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Good. Thank you, Mama. Yes. Hello, Francie. I love watching you. You make me happy. You make me happy when hoes are gray. You just don't know, how much I love you. Please don't take my amiga away. The fridge. Okay. And we're just going to let the dough balls rest for like 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to go check on our stiff, on our honey glaze that's being cooked over there. The honey glaze takes about like a little bit to cook. So these are actually kind of big. Like we're going to make them small. You're an awesome cook. Thank you. Thank you, Regina. Happy New Year to you. Annette. Hello. Okay, so we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 large ones, or you could make like double that in a smaller one. We're going to cover those. Those are going to rest for about, I don't know, like 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to put clean kitchen towels or tea towels on them just so that they rest. Put the babies to bed. You better go to bed. You better get your rest in because it's going to be a long day when you get up. Okay, 5 minutes resting. I'm going to put another 5 minutes on my clock over here. I honestly, if I don't put a timer, I get impatient and I don't let things, that's my problem with baking, is I don't let things rise and I don't let things cook and I don't let things do what they need to do in order to do, you know? All right, let's come over here and check out the honey. Oh, honey, honey, boo, 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 boo. Oh, sugar, sugar. Okay, that one. Okay. We're gonna take you off. Sorry, guys. I have you guys connected to 2 different chargers. So, okay. We're gonna go over here and we're going to watch our honey be honeyed. And I'm going to answer some comments while you guys, so we have 5 minutes where you guys feel free to answer. The Q&A is now open to the public. Okay. So here's our piloncillo glaze that's going to start happening. Right now it's coming to a boil. And then we're moving that sugar around so it like evenly melts into the water. We did 2 cups of water, about 6 small piloncillos, 6 to 8. I just threw all the ones that I had open. A large stick of cinnamon or a couple sticks of cinnamon, a few cloves, and then these are fresh guava. These are guayabas, okay? And then over here we have the sugar. While we do that, let me get the bowl because I like to put my the cooked ones, I like to put them in a bowl, standing up right in a bowl with paper towels underneath to kind of drain. My mom made ponche, so we're going to eat these with ponche. And my brother-in-law gets off of work at 6, so by 6 I'll be over there. What time is it there? Huh? put the paper towels under there. Paper towels. Paper towels. You guys, you know what? Lately, also you guys, we had a little family tragedy, but it was like a good, not like good, but it like nobody's hurt, but a little something happened. Thank you for the stars, Valerie. Will it come to thicken? Yeah, it's gonna evaporate all the water, and it's gonna become like a sauce, like a thick honey molasses sauce. Yeah, it's gonna thicken really well. You can do half if you're just making a few, but I like mine. I like literally put my buñuelos in the honey and then take them out, and then I layer them up on each other. They get super sticky. Oh my gosh, they're so good. All right, so I'm putting paper towels down there to catch any excess oil. I'm going to clean off my center island over here so that we can make our little tortillas. And there's actually like a little bit of a process to making them because you got to let them dry out a little bit. Or if you don't want to let them dry out, what you can do is you can put them on a comal and kind of pre-cook them and then fry them. But I'm going to try the dry out method, okay? It's kind of like when I tried out the pull out method and I got pregnant. Yeah, I didn't know you put Fanta in your food. Well, this is a dessert, so it's a sweet dessert. So it's not really like food. I would call it more of a dessert. And yes, we do. We also have a gelatina de Fanta that's actually really delicious. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit because it's on low, but it's already bubbling. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I tried out we pulled and prayed, and then I guess we were each praying for something different. Right, baby? No, just kidding. Fabian was actually a planned pregnancy. Right, babe? He was very much wanted and planned, and we're happy with what we planned. He's literally the biggest blessing of our lives. So it's going to start to come to a boil, and it's going to reduce all that water, and you're going to get that. Hola! Happy New Year's! What are we making? These are buñuelos. This is the oil. I'm actually going to start heating up the oil, but just on like a low heat so it starts to warm up because I dripped some water in there. And then here's going to be the bowl where we load up the buñuelos as they're kind of dripping all the oil off. And then we're either going to put them in the honey or in here. And then they're going to go on a baking sheet to like sit on top of each other. So this syrup, you're going to start to see it happen really quickly now because it's all dissolved. So right now, all it's doing is, right now, all this syrup is, oh, there we go. Right now, all the syrup is doing is evaporating the water. That's why you don't want to cover it. You really want to let the water evaporate out of it. And you'll start to see it thicken. Like it already feels thicker than when it was just water and stuff. You could strain it as well, but I don't strain it. And this is called jarabe de piloncillo, and it's exactly for buñuelos. Hello. Are these potatoes? These are guava. These are fresh guayabas. Here, let me show you what they look like. I actually love guayabas because my grandma had a guayaba tree in her backyard, and we would always sit out there, and they would fall, and when they fell, that meant they were ripe and ready to eat. These are fresh guavas. I just cut them in half. Let me taste it. Mmm, that's delicious. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, so just move it around so none of the sugar like sticks to the bottom. Right now, pretty much you're just trying to boil out all that, all the water. Taste it. Make sure it's good. Oh, I can already taste my buñuelos. Okay. I'm just going to leave my spoon right there. And then we're going to come on over. Come on over, baby. Yummy. I love guayaba. Guayaba is delicious. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So now, I don't know if I'm going to take... Yeah, I think I take you guys over there. We're going to unplug. And if we start to die, then we'll re-plug in. Oh, crap. Here, I'll put you guys over here. Okay. So here are our... little buñuelo balls. Buñuelo balls! So we're going to put these over here, and I'm just going to grab one by one. I already cleaned my surface, nice and clean, and we're gonna grab a rolling pin. And then we're gonna, I don't think we have to even, I'm gonna flour it a little bit, my surface. I'm gonna flour my surface just a little bit in case it sticks, but not too much. You don't want to change the recipe of your buñuelos. Just a little bit, just like a little drizzle drazzle. A little dribble drabble. And I'm gonna smooth it out so that just like the surface has a little bit of flour. If it gets on the ground, that's fine. I'll just sweep later. Okay, so grab your buñuelo tortilla that's been resting and you're gonna start to roll out. I have the hardest time making them round. Sometimes I cheat and use my tortilla press. Sorry, guys. I think I want to cheat and use the tortilla press. We'll try the tortilla press on the next one. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to grab your tortilla, and what you're going to do is you're going to, almost like pizza dough, you're going to stretch it. Like they, in Mexico, sometimes they call these buñuelos de rodilla because ladies would literally use their like knee. They would be kneeing the dough and stretching it on their knees. So. And if you get little holes, just pinch them together because you want it super thin. Like I honestly use the table to like thin it out. You want it to be like almost like phyllo bread thin. And if it opens up like that, you just kind of pinch it back together. And the weird part about this is the next step is we're going to let the tortilla kind of dry out. Some people cook the tortilla on the comal, but I don't have time. I mean, I do have time for that, but. So you just kind of let the tortilla dry out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it this way. You know what? I'm going to use my tortilla press because I want them to look pretty and that does not look pretty. I want to impress my mom. Anything to impress your mom. Okay? Clean that off. You can put a like plastic on it. I'm just going to put it on because this dough does not stick. And I'm going to make it round. There we go. And just press it down because flour, this type of dough kind of like stretches back in. And then this way you could start with a fully round little tortilla and then you could stretch it out like we were doing. Keep pressure on it. And now we're going to take it out and now it's perfectly round and now we're going to stretch it out. Okay. So it's better to start with like a round. If you're not like a señora and you're not professional buñuela maker, now you can roll it out like that. Still not going to be perfectly round, but it's going to be a thinner. There was this lady that used to sell buñuelos. They were never perfectly round, but she made them so thin that they almost became like flaky, almost like phyllo bread. And my mom used to order buñuelos from her every year. Okay, so now we're going to flip it and put the tortilla down this way. And then you're going to do that with all of them. I'm just trying to get all the thick sides like nicely rolled out. Okay. And then honestly, this is the weird part. You can pre-cook them on a comal, but you actually just let it sit out for a minute and it'll start to dry. The dough will start to dry out and then you can flip it and dry out the other side. Let's do another one. Let's see if I can get one round. I feel like that one was just too manipulated. She was being manipulated. I knew it. Okay, so there we go. I'll pull this one up. I'm going to lay it over here to dry. If you get little holes, just pinch the holes together so that they The little holes just become like air pockets later. And we're going to lay it out to dry. I'm going to lay it out like this so it starts to get a little rounder. Some people like cut them into perfect circles. Honestly, if I could make them perfectly round, it would be great. But if they're not, they still taste delicious. So, okay. Let me check on my honey. She's looking really nice, and maybe like 2 more minutes of the boiling, because she's looking thick. Okay. All right, let's make this one. All right. So we're gonna roll it out. Roll it out. If you're good at making pizza, then you'll be great at this, because you can like stretch it like a pizza dough would. I guess maybe this is why the ladies used to use their knees to keep it round. They would stretch it on their knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hello. May I ask what you are having? This is called buñuelos. They're Mexican style dessert. They're almost like a fry bread, like an Indian fry bread kind of style, but they're really thin. Pinch this like over this way. Watch. You could do this too, so that you can make it rounder. Just pinch it over like this, and then kind of, so that way it's not like a whole, like it looks like a map of Italy or the state of California. So this one's going to be super thin, and you just keep going until it almost like you can almost see through the dough. If you could see through it, that's like perfect. Okay. I'm gonna flip this one over. She's already starting to dry out. Let the back side start to dry out. And again, just keep her nice and round. And then we're gonna let her sit for a minute, start to dry out. Let me grab another bolita. And you're just kind of letting them dry in the air. They'll start to dry, and they're gonna keep that texture, that same shape. If you don't want to wait for them to dry, another thing you can do is you can also put them on a hot comal or on a hot pan and kind of cook it really quick, like 10 seconds on each side, and it'll stay in shape. Oh, let me lock her. Making sure that the bottom was locked, because I felt like it was moving too much, but I'm like being too aggressive here. And then again, this one's not super round, so we're going to kind of grab the side that's kind of stopping it from being round, and we're folding it over, and we're going to... And if you want to, like, you could literally just cut it like into a perfect round shape. I don't mind. I want it to be crispy on the edges, so I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to let it kind of have whatever design, but kind of keeping it in a round form. And you're just getting it super thin. Okay. And you keep kind of turning them so they start to dry out on both sides. So this one's been out for a little bit. I'm going to lift it off the table. It's going to get super thin. Look how thin this is. If you get holes, it's okay. You can close them up by pinching them together. I'm going to flip it on the other side, and then I'm going to pinch these little holes together. You can grab the little bit of dough and just kind of press them in. It's almost like you want it to be like thin, like phyllo dough, but it can have some thick spots too, like that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let this dry out. My oil's starting to pop, but I'm heating it up. Let me show you guys the honey, the honey glaze. It's like bubbling, and it's like there's no more water in it. It's super thick. I'm gonna turn it off maybe 1 more minute because I still see a little bit of water, but it's pretty much all evaporated at this point. My oil's popping a little bit because I had dripped a little bit of water in there, so we're gonna pop out that little bit of water. And like what you can do is test it on your finger. If it sticks to your finger like that, that's honey. It's hot, be careful. Okay. Let that one start to dry out. I'm gonna clean my hand because I just stuck my finger into my mouth. All right, my hands are a little wet, so don't touch anything until your hands are completely dry, because then you're gonna add moisture to the dough. Let me keep rolling this one out. Okay, so I'm going to move this one over here, like that. Stretch her out. The only thing you want stretched out, girls, are your buñuelos. If your vagina looks like this buñuelo, friend, no te puedo ayudar, friend. Unless you're going to dip yourself in some honey glaze and some oil. So I'm kind of pulling it as I stretch it out on the table. This one's actually ready to fry. This one probably can dry out for a few more minutes, and let's make a couple more. I want to have at least 6 ready to fry when my oil gets hot enough. So here is my buñuelo dough. And we're gonna, sorry for the aggression here. You can have these with like some hot chocolate, Mexican abuelita chocolate. You can have them with ponche, with a little bit of café de olla. Like buñuelos taste good with everything, honestly. I'm gonna go check my oil here in a minute to see if it's at 360 degrees. That's the temperature you want your oil to be at for frying. And if you want to be like really anal about it, you can like literally put like a plate or like a large cutting thing and cut them into circles. But I'm just wanting to get them done. Okay, turn off my honey. My honey's made. Let me show you. I'll do 6 of them like that. And then I'll do another. Let me show you guys the caramelized pilon. See, it's gonna, the bubbles are gonna go away as it cools. So it's gonna cool for a little bit. And this is gonna be like and I'm gonna get all the guayaba out of it too. Be careful, don't mix up the guayaba too much because it's really, so we're gonna let this cool and it's gonna turn into its like honey glaze state, okay? Let me turn on my comal here so we could do one on a comal. You guys can see that you could do it that way too. That makes it a little faster, so you don't have to sit here and wait for them to dry. Air dry. Okay. Then we're gonna go here. Pull it up gently. If you get any little holes, it's okay. Just just like pinch them together and stretch it out this way. Okay. And if you get holes, just grab the little hole and like pull the dough and like make a little pinch. Or you can grab a little bit off the edge and just put it there and just kind of like use your finger to like cover it up. Like that. But tap, like don't like pull. Then you'll create more. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna do 5 to dry out, and then let me get the guayaba out of the glaze here. I should have made it a little bit more watery. I can with hot water, but we'll see. I'm gonna let it cool down. It's straight up like honey right now. Okay. Y'all hear Jose snoring? Damn, man. Did your wife not let you sleep or what? I don't. I'm like the worst. I actually get mad at him when he wants to go to bed early. Okay. Let's make sure the comal is on. Let me check our oil. Let's come back over here because I think I'm going to do them the way that we put them on the... let me check our oil. Let's fry a couple up. We'll make the first couple ones sugar when letting that honey glaze thing kind of cool down. So the first, let me check the oil temperature. Where are you? I don't know where my thermometer is. Sorry guys, hold on. Okay, well I guess we're not going to use your thermometer. I'm just going to check with the wooden spoon. I'll do the wooden spoon trick. So if our oil's ready, the spoon will bubble. Our oil's ready. See how the spoon gets bubbles all around it? Oil's ready. Okay, got it. All right, so we're going to put the first one we made in. And you just kind of lay it in the oil. Use some tongs or a spoon or something to kind of smooth it out. And you're just going to let it fry on each side. Okay. You guys see? Oh, sorry, you guys weren't able to see that. You're like, what, Rosalie? We're not even watching. Okay, there you go. So there's our first buñuelo. Let me flip the other one. I like them dried out better because I feel like they can get thinner. But, you know, if you're like in a time crunch and you don't want to wait to dry out all your tortillas, then you can do that. We're going to flip it. Let's flip it one time. When you start seeing golden edges, then you can start flipping it. Like that. I'm going to make one and put it on the comal so you guys can see how that works. You can also be extra like lazy and just get the raw tortillas, like the ones that you have to cook, like finish cooking them. They sell them at Costco, the Tortilla Land ones. I know there's other brands that sell them, but the Tortilla Lands are the only ones I've ever purchased. And use those. Okay. So this one's one we just rolled out. Instead of letting it dry out, I'm gonna put it on my comal, and it's gonna kind of cook. But you're not cooking it. You're just kind of like heating it. The only thing is that I feel like when I do it this way, they don't get as thin. And you don't want to cook it all the way. You kind of just like want to pre-cook it like that. Okay. So let's do one and one and see which one I like better, because I think I like the ones that are dried out, air dried. Okay, and then you're gonna see that part in the center here that's still a little light colored. That's the part you want to like focus on cooking. Put it down and then just push that part in the middle down. Be nice and golden on all that. So anywhere that it's a little like lighter in color, you just kind of push down and it'll kind of like, all right. Let her drip. Bring your bowl over. Let the buñuelo kind of stand there. And then we're going to do another one. Let's do the one that we pre-cooked. So this one's going to be a lot thicker because she kind of pre-cooked a little bit. Now, you don't want to let it cool off too much, and then you're going to put it in the sugar. And if you have to kind of do that. So while it's warm, so that sugar kind of sticks to it. And there you go. Here's a buñuelo de azúcar. It's super crispy. Mmm. Mmm. Tastes good. And you just kind of let it do its thing. I'm going to roll out a couple more. Ooh, wow. Keep an eye on that buñuelo for me, guys. Don't let it burn. I like them thinner. I think I don't want to do them this way because I like them a lot thinner. Let me move this. I don't want to go that way. And I'm going to grab a little bit of water and make my honey, water my honey down just a little bit because she's a little bit too thick. I let her cook down a little too much. And then we're gonna, right here, it's a little light in color. And the tortillas turn a little orange because of the Fanta, not because they're overcooked. Okay, guys? Let me mix this up a little. This is the piloncillo honey, and I put a little bit of water because I want to water it down a little bit. I want it to be a little bit less honey and a little bit more syrup. So we're just thinning it out a little bit. I only put like a couple tablespoons of water in here to thin it out a little. There we go. I took all the guayabas out. Oh, crap. I took all the guayabas out. Okay, let that drip. Put it over here. Let it kind of soak off any oil for a minute. Then we'll put another one in. Turn it off. Yeah, that's it. That's the perfect consistency. I turned off the heat. But I'm going to leave it here so it stays warm, and then we could dip our warm buñuelos in there. Okay. Okay, now let's put another buñuelo in here. Here's one that's been sitting out for a little bit. These are the ones that we stretched out by hand. This one's going to be a lot flakier. When you're just kind of letting it do its thing. You want to get the oil, like, you want to make sure it stays nice and stretched out. All right, this is still warm, so we're going to put our sugar on it. Put your sugar on it. See, this is why I like to stretch them out, because when you warm them up, they're a little bit thicker, and I like them super thin and crispy. So the stretch out method, the pull out method, no, the stretch out method is my favorite for that. So I'm just stretching out a couple more over here. Okay. All right, guys, I'm rolling out another one over here. Okay. Let's flip it. That's exactly what you want it to look like. I love buñuelos with atole, but we didn't make atole. Champurrado too, but atole is just more flour based and no chocolate. Champurrado has masa and chocolate. That's the difference. People always ask what the difference between atole and champurrado is. Okay. Look at this. Look how pretty it looks. You're going to let it cook one more time on each side to get it extra golden. This is turned off. This is exactly what you want. You want like a glazy, thin, almost like a syrup. If you get it too thick, your tortilla might fall apart in it. So this is perfect. Okay, after that, we'll get another one in. Then we have an assembly line. Get it out. Let it drip out all that oil. Bring it around and throw it here. Let it just kind of sit there for a minute and kind of drip off any oil. You don't want to let it cool off too much. You want to put it in the syrup or the sugar when it's warm, okay? So we're going to put this in here. And then you're going to make sure that it doesn't, like, if it wrinkles up, then you just kind of... Okay. Then we're going to grab another one. Stretch it out. Okay. Make sure we flip it over. Okay, this one we're going to put in the honey. So what you do is you literally just put it in the honey like that. Like that. And you let it drip off any excess honey. And then I want to put these in a plate, and I didn't think of that earlier. So I'm going to put it here for now, but I'm going to go grab a plate. Because the honey ones, you want them to sit on a plate. Ah! They're very delicate. So like, I dropped on the floor. You want some, Lenny? Come get it. Come get it. Come on. Come get it. That's not as big as churro. Good job. Merry Christmas to you guys. So I'm going to put these on a plate. I mean, you trying to find a place? Put the plate. I'll put the plate right here. Good job. You kind of want to wiggle the tortilla in there. Looks so delicious. It is. Life is this a... She's like, is this a trap? I know they never get human food, so they don't believe me. They're like, what? Did she say come get it? I mean, I knew that they were going to come before I can, you know, like clean it up. So it was better for me to do it that way. Okay. Let's make a couple more, and then I'll jump off so you guys don't have to watch me fry tortillas. Unless you want to. Let me know in the comments. Okay. You want them super crispy. The crispier they get, the less soggy they'll be with the syrup especially. Okay, let it out. The reason it looks so orange is because of the Fanta, you guys. If you put milk instead of Fanta, they'd be a little bit more brown than they would be orange. Okay, let me grab another one. See, the ones that that I make and I put like let them dry on the counter a little bit, or kind of like sit on the counter for 5 minutes on each side. Those are the ones that are like the crispier ones. So I suggest doing them like that. Okay, now we're gonna do another one. Let me prepare my plate. I'm gonna have to go on the plate right away. So we're gonna put it on here, and we're just gonna kind of roll it around. And kind of roll it around. And if it doesn't hit, if you don't get the syrup on both sides, it's okay, you guys, because you don't want it to be overly sweet either. So that's like the perfect. Oh, they're very delicate when you put the syrup on them, so you don't have like a lot of time to like put it on the plate. So put it on the plate, okay? I'm gonna have to grab another tong because I've been using that one for this. I don't want to dip the syrup in the oil. Okay, and you'll do that. And then here are the buñuelos endulzados, and then we have the cinnamon sugar. And I'm doing half and half because the kids like cinnamon sugar. I like the ones with the honey glaze on them. They get really crispy and sticky. And this is how you make buñuelos. And if you want to be like really good at it, like, and make them super round and like perfect, you can, but like this is just for us. Like if you're gonna sell them or whatever, y quieres que se vean bien professional, pues hazlo, amiga. Sounds and looks delicious. It is. So this is like a piloncillo glaze, and then we have the cinnamon sugar one. The cinnamon sugar one, I'm honestly making more for the kids, but you'll see like the thickness of the one that I warmed up before and I didn't dry out. Oh, liquor. It's more of the consistency of like an elephant ear. And the reason I wiggle the oil around is so that the oil comes to the top of the buñuelo as well. Let me roll another one out. I'm not making too many. I'm just making enough for like my mom and my sister and my brother-in-law and my husband and Fabian. I don't know. Julian took his girlfriend to the mall. They were going to go have dinner at Cheesecake Factory. They got a gift card for Christmas for a date night. And I was like, oh, you kids. Oh, you kids, you keep me young. Okay, I think she's ready. The crispier it is, the less soggy it'll get with the syrup. So try to get it nice and crispy. Another one, guys. Okay, she looks ready. Okay, she's ready. You never want to do this with oil that's not hot enough to fry because you'll get just soggy bread, so don't do that, okay? Put it over here, let it sit for a minute. While that one sits, let's put the other one in. This one's big, so this one's big and she's a little thin. And like I said, if she wrinkles up like that, you do have time to like straighten her out. So just like straighten it out. Because the tortilla isn't sticky anymore. it's more on the dry side because it's been sitting out for a little bit, that it'll kind of go back to its shape. There you go. There's that one. I'm making another one over here. So have you guys ever had buñuelos before? Like, I used to make buñuelos when I was a kid when my parents weren't home. This is not a good idea, right? But I used to just like warm up flour tortillas. Because my mom and dad never had junk food in the fridge. We always had healthy food. So we would always make junk food. Like, we would like make French fries, or we would make hot dogs. We'd put them in the microwave, and then we'd like dip them in ketchup. We felt like we were eating super like Americano vibes, you know? Okay, now we can put this one in. Like I said, you want to do it when it's still warm and you don't have a lot of time. So let me grab that. And when you're grabbing it, like scoop under it and grab the whole thing and then put it on the plate, okay? Okay, we're gonna flip it. I usually flip it pretty much twice on each side. I don't know what B is I'm Black American. Yes, with the cinnamon and sugar. Yes. Yes, raw means not cooked. Yeah, raw means not cooked. So you want it to be nice and golden. And the reason that these turn so dark is because of the Fanta. But like I said, if you make them with leche or with water instead of Fanta, just add a little bit more sugar though, because then the Fanta adds a lot of sweetness, and I only put 1.5 tablespoons. Okay. I'm rolling out another one and drying it out, guys. We have one waiting for that one to be done. And you're literally like using all your strength to like push down that dough and get it super thin. Like, you should almost kind of see through it. It's that thin. If it makes it thick, you'll just get like a super bready one, and I like them crispy. So especially the honeyed ones. Those are like the glazed ones. Those you want super crispy. I'm going to go to my mom's and eat pozole and eat buñuelos, and I think that we're going to play loteria. There we go. What are you guys doing today? I just love your K. Yes, with other stuff. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna put this one. This one's nice and golden. Both sides are nice and golden. Let the oil drip. I'm just gonna bring it around the back so I don't get it in here. Let it cool, and then we'll throw it in the honey. All right, next one's ready. And once you got like a little assembly line going, then you're gonna be like ready to go. Like, I did stick my finger in there, guys. I'm not afraid of hot oil. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. That oil fucking splashes me in the face. I'm just kidding. I am scared. Okay, now we're gonna put the buñuelo in the glaze, in the syrup glaze. I'm gonna be careful because it's very delicate. It becomes even more delicate once you put it in the syrup, so be careful. And I just push down and kind of wiggle it around. And then I pick it up. And I'm okay if it doesn't have glaze on every inch, because then it gets too sweet. And then I'm going to put it on my plate. That one broke, see? Like, it makes once you glaze them, they become super delicate. Like, even the cinnamon sugar ones aren't as delicate as the glazed ones. So, but that means they're super crispy and delicious. Oh. No, pues. I'm only going to make a couple more cinnamon and sugar because the cinnamon and sugar are kind of for the kids. I'm going to roll out another one. Okay, we're going to flip it again. Kind of roll it around because the center on this one is still a little on the lighter end. I'm going to flip it back because I feel like it was still kind of in its, it was in its cooking era. I'm drooling. Me too, friend. I'm ready to eat them. So here are the ones that are the ones, there's like 5 on here so far. They become very like delicate, so they kind of start to fall apart. And in some parts of Mexico, what they do is they put them in a bowl and they crunch them up, and then they put milk and they eat them like that. Or they crunch them up in a bowl and put the syrup in the bowl and eat it like cereal. It's very different in every part of Mexico. I think in Michoacan is how they do that. But I'm from Jalisco. Soy tapatía. Hey, 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 hey. Ah. They're like, what? ¿Desde cuándo que se cree culona? Friend, no me creo. Soy. Soybeans. There we go. Wiggle it around because that center, I don't know why it's not cooking like I want it to. So we're going to get that oil nice and how you make the glaze. So it's you could do brown sugar, super dark brown sugar. Don't do the light brown sugar. Do dark sugar, like 2 cups of dark sugar. But I use piloncillo, which is like the sugar cane. It looks like this. If you've never seen it, it looks like this. We also call it panocha. You want the panocha? But you put 2 cups of water, 2 big piloncillos, some guava. You don't have to do the guava. You can also, if you want them orange flavored or another flavor, you could put like orange zest peels in there. And then you get a cinnamon stick. It can't be ground cinnamon. It has to be cinnamon stick. Oh, I lost a piece. Ground cinnamon. And and 2 cloves. And you bring it to a boil, and it's going to reduce down into like a syrup. If it reduces into a honey, you probably want to, hold on. It's not cooked all the way yet. It's still too soft in the center in here. Let me turn my oil up. I don't know if my oil cooled down for some reason. And you're going to just let it reduce on open heat, uncovered, until it becomes like a glaze. And if it gets like a honey, like mine got a little bit too thick, you just add water and then re-follow the steps. Redo. Okay, roll out la torta. La panocha. Okay, I think that one should be ready now. I turned up the heat a little bit. Yeah, there you go. She's nice and firm. Let it drip. Bring it around the back so you don't get the oil in your glaze. Let it drip dry for a little bit, and then we're going to add another one. So here's the next one. And then I'm just rolling them out. You can actually make them like perfect circles. I don't really care. I tried making it perfect because I wanted to show off for you guys, but she didn't work out. It didn't work out like that. So they're a little different shaped, but. And I think these are called buñuelos de rodilla because the women would use their knees to roll them out. Back in the day. Back in the doña day. Okay, we're going to put our buñuelo in the syrup. Just wiggle it around. It doesn't, you can drizzle it on top as well, but I like it immersed. Okay, and then you're going to go under it and you're going to grab the whole thing. Don't try to grab just like a little corner because it's so delicate. As soon as it gets glazed, it becomes almost like glass delicate. Like it can break so easily. And then you pick it up all the way. And you want to lay these flat on a plate. You don't want to stand them up because they're so delicate. And the reason you don't have to worry about making sure that you get it on every little inch and crevice is because they're dripping onto each other. So it's going to drip some of it on to it. It's like your man, cuando te deja toda drippy, así, pero with syrup and tortilla. El calzón y el man. No, I'm joking. It's all good. They don't have to be round. What are we making? These are buñuelos. These are glazed buñuelos. We are making some cinnamon sugar, but I'm going to do glazed first. So you just let the tortilla get nice and crispy. Meanwhile, you're rolling out your next one, letting it dry out. You should be two ahead. Two ahead, okay? Should be two ahead. So you should always have two on your table drying out while you're cooking one. That way you have a good assembly line. If you guys have kids, teach them how to make this. Like when I was a kid, I hated cooking because it was like forced on me. And now I'm so glad as an adult that my mom like forced me to learn these things. Because like imagine, other than the bomb cabeza that I give, what else would keep a man, you know? What else? It's definitely not the body. Body, yaddy, yaddy. I'm joking. It's the shorts, guys. They get me acting different, okay? Baby, do you like buñuelos? You want cheesecake instead or what? Why? I want some Tylenol or Advil? Oh. You probably just need to sleep. Huh? Because you know I'll be keeping you up every night. I thought you needed to let them dry for a minute. Yes, they do dry. They dry here for a minute. Oh, they're drying over here. See, there's two drying out right here. Look. They're drying right there. The air just kind of helps them stay. Because if we just threw them in the oil, they would shrink down back to the original bola. I thought for an hour. Oh, no. I said for like 5 minutes on each side. An hour? I'm like, girl, you'd have tortilla chips at that point. You'd have buñuelo chips, which sounds delicious, honestly. I'm not judging it. I could have said an hour, but meant 1 minute, because I do that a lot. No sé lo que digo. Soy como la India María, ni de aquí ni de allá. Okay, there we go. See, I did say let it dry for a minute here as well. So let it kind of drip dry, all that oil, and then we bring the next one over. So the next one's been drying. And then when you use your second one that was drying on the table, then make another one so that there's always two on your table. This one wasn't dry enough, but we're gonna make it. She has a little extra hangy skin, pero yo también, friend. I'm still great at what I do, so we're not gonna discriminate on the extra skin, right? Say we do not discriminate extra skin. If my body was a buñuelo, it would be this one, con la piel toda colgada aquí. Okay, let me grab another one and roll it out because, like I said, we want to be ahead about 2 at a time. You should have 1 in the oil, 2 on the table. 1 on the oil, 2 on the table. That way you're not like letting your oil doesn't burn on you. And if you're afraid your oil burns on, it's gonna burn on you. Put a toothpick in your oil, and it will stop the oil from burning. I only do that when I don't know what, like I'm using somebody else's stove because I don't know their temperatures, but I know mine. So okay, flip it in reverse. Say burr, 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 burr. Okay, extra skin. Ooh, I don't know why the extra skin one looks extra crispy. We're going to roll out the second one. can use a rolling pin. You can use your hands. If you're good at stretching pizza, then you will be a professional buñuelo maker. If you're not good at rolling out pizza, just roll it out and just pray for a shape that doesn't look like. I mean, if it looks like the map, the state of Texas, or you know, California or Oregon. Some people cut them with like cookie cutters and make them shapes after it dries out. You can do that too if you want to make them like Christmas tree shape or like heart shape or whatever. Okay, so we have 2 over there. We're going to turn this one. We're going to roll. This one's still a little. Sometimes when you get too many bubbles like that, your tortilla doesn't lay flat in the oil and it causes those like undercooked areas. So you just kind of wiggle it into the oil and it helps get the undercooked areas cooked. And I started with half a cup of oil and I still have quite a bit of oil. So start with oil. If you have to add more oil, just make sure your oil heats up well before you throw your buñuelo in. No, esta tortilla acá parece como el amigo de SpongeBob. It looks like Patrick Star. Oh, we forgot to put this one in. Crap. It's still a little warm, so it'll be fine. See, the colder it gets, the more delicate it gets, so just try to do it right when it turns warm. Get under it, all the way carefully under it. See, be careful, because I already cracked it. And then put it on the plate and let it sit aside. That one's good. There's a little bit of an undercooked spot right here, so let me just push it down for a minute. I almost ripped off. I almost gave her a tummy tuck. All right, it's right here, so let me just push down on it. Okay, go under it, pull it up, let it drip into the oil for a second, and then put it into somewhere that it could kind of drip into a paper towel, a rack or something. And then we're going to do this one. And then after these 2, I'm going to make them all the rest cinnamon sugar for the kids. Okay. So we're going to throw them here. Miguel calls these yummy yummy. He asked me for some yummy yummy yesterday, and I was like, Mijo, I didn't make any yummy yummy. No. I was like, no. Miguel's my godson, my nephew, my sister's little one. Google it. It's sweet. Just joined. What is this? This is called buñuelos, and these are honey glazed ones, and then we're going to make cinnamon sugar ones too. Okay, you guys, that one is my table one, so I'm going to roll out another one. And we're only going to make one more glazed one, and then the rest are going to be cinnamon sugar. Because there's like 8 glazed ones and only 2 cinnamon sugar. Fabian will eat the cinnamon sugar one too. Okay, my friend. Okay, now we're gonna flip it. And I'm gonna kind of push down on here so that it actually cooks right there, because look, that's why it gets kind of. I'm gonna pull up the next one. Pull up, girl. Pull up. This is the one it looks like a star. All right, 2 more of these. The rest are gonna, oh, good. Okay, just kind of push down, gently push down on it. Be careful, because if you push down too hard, you'll break it like I just did. And then bring it over your, you can do this as well. If you're starting to run out of syrup like we are here, just grab it and kind of drizzle it over like that. Grab it all the way under. Do not grab it from a corner. Just grab the whole thing and flip it. And then I'm running out of syrup here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little silicone spatula and just drizzle it on top like that. This is kind of what happens when you start running out. Okay. I'm going to grab this little chunk. There's our buñuelos. And then this one should be good. And then this one I think is my last one, and the rest will be cinnamon sugar. So you got some little undercooked spots. I'm just going to push down on those. And just like that, my friends, you're a señora. You're welcome. Ya se pueden casar, ways. And in English, that means now you can get married. There's a saying that where, like, when you learn how to do something, your mom would tell you, now you can get married. Like, whether it's learning to sew, learning to cook, learning to make tortillas, learning to do anal, you know, whatever. Ya te puedes casar. They look so delicious. They are. Honey and this one's piloncillo, which is like a brown sugar molasses like syrup that I made with guava and cinnamon and cloves. If you're watching over here and you want to watch the replay so you can make these on FB over here, look me up under Rosalie Delgado. And you guys can replay. I always keep whenever I do dual lives, I keep them unless Facebook takes them from me. Because sometimes Facebook be taking your lives. One time they took my live for something really dumb. I'm like, what? They're like, this person is offensive to our eyes. I'm like, I know, I'm working on it. Okay. So I'm going to put this down and I'm just going to swirl it around. Okay. Oh, it's nice and hot. And then I'm going to grab my plate and I'm going to flip it. This one's kind of flat, so she might get a little bit more than the other one did, but we're going to try like this. And like that. Put it on here. Drizzle a little bit of the syrup that's left on top just to make sure you get like a little bit. At least one side with a good amount of syrup, okay? This is my last one that's going to be with syrup, so we're going to make it worth it. And then I only have 4 bowls left. And there's going to be cinnamon sugar. So I'll make 1 cinnamon sugar with you guys, and then I'll jump off. Because I want to clean up too. Throw the dishes in the dishwasher. Am I doing makeup? Maybe. If I get back from my sister's early enough, I might. But I probably won't. I don't want to promise. But if you do, if I do, I'll tell you guys on broadcast. Does that sound good? Do you guys like the broadcast? Like, are you guys enjoying it? I know some of you said you're not getting the notification for that. But like, if you go look for, if you put that chat under favorites, it'll notify you every time. Go to the settings of that chat and put it under favorites and have it text you, notify you through text or through just like FB, and then it will work. It will work, I promise you. Babe, ya me puedo casar. So good. I like it. Good, Jennifer. Is that fry bread? No, they're buñuelos. It's very similar to fry bread. I mean, if you guys think about Mexican ancestry, you know, like our Aztec and Mayan tribes of Mexico, they're very much like, our food can be very similar to American Indian recipes, you know. When I was married to my son's, my first husband, my son's dad, my son's spermy giver, I don't know. Anyways, we lived a little bit on the reservation, and I got to try a lot of food from them, and their food is so good. Okay, ready, and put it down. So lay it down almost like a blanket, and then just let it go. And if it wrinkles up, it's okay. Just don't, just grab your tongs and just like unfold it, because the shape is already like in there. Okay, this is my last one that's going to be syrup one, because I'm out of syrup. So if you want them all to be syrup, just make double your syrup, okay? Double your sugar, double your... These are going to be cinnamon sugar now. Okay. Whatever's left, I'm just going to drizzle on top like that. Happy New Year to everybody. If you're just joining, if you guys can tap that screen, make me scream. I would love you guys forever. And even if you can't, if for some reason you're missing your tapping finger, friend, I'm not here to discriminate. I'm just glad you're here. Okay. This is my last one. So I'm just going to grab all the syrup and drizzle what's left on top of it like this. You want them to be super sticky. The ones that we made, oh, shout out to all the amigas who sent me pictures of their buñuelos. And they told me, like, Rosalie, once I watched the way you did it, I was able to do it. And I was like, también con el sexo, friend. También, watch me and you can do it. No, I'm joking. But then, like, that made me feel really good, because, like, people were messaging me, no, I tried it. They fell apart. They didn't come out. And there's a technique to it. So I'm going to grab the rest of the syrup and kind of just pour it on the sides of my buñuelos so that all the sides get nice and syrupy. Like I said, in some parts of Mexico, the people actually crumble the tortilla and put the syrup in a bowl and almost eat it like a bowl of buñuelos with like ponche or with chocolate or whatever. But okay, there are buñuelos. I'm going to put them here. It's not hot anymore. Here are our honey buñuelos, and these are going to be our cinnamon sugar buñuelos. I'm going to grab this will work. I think this will work. I'm going to grab the sugar and just like pour it on top. Yeah, that's bomb. Yes, these are the honey ones. They all stay crispy. Like, they don't get soggy, because the syrup, you evaporated all that water, so they stay crispy. Even the bottom ones are still crispy. Those seeds, those are the guayaba seeds. If you don't want to look at the guayaba seeds on your syrup, you could just strain the syrup out and then do it. But I think the guayaba seeds give a lot of character. You know, para que se le meta a la tía chismosa a guayaba seed in la muela, and then she has to go to the dentist, and she can't blame you because por andar de comer una tía. I told my mom that I had a bone to pick with one of my aunts, and she's like, "Don't do that to her. She's sick right now. No, she'll get." I'm like, "Mom," I'm like, "all I want to say is how I feel, Mom. I'm not trying to like disrespect." And then I showed her a video of Christopher Cantasi, that he's fighting with his tías. I know if you did that to your tías, they would. Okay, you guys, tell me if I'm wrong. when we were in Mexico, one of my aunts had my mom call me because she wanted to change all the original plans for my dad's funeral. And I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, we already had planned it. Like, we had already done everything. Like, we're not changing it. And then my mom called me, and I could hear my aunt telling her what to tell me in the background. But I forget that my mom always talks to me on speakerphone because my mom lost hearing. Por andar de chismosa. My mom lost hearing. Let me put a toothpick in my oil because I wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. One of my aunts was having my mom call and try to change the plans. And I very quietly, I'm not going to say nicely because it wasn't probably nice, but I said, I'm not trying to be rude yet, but I'm talking to my mom about my dad's funeral. Can I talk to my mom? Like, I'm not trying to be rude. And then my aunt goes, okay, está bien. Oh. She was like mad because I told her, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, you guys always say that you guys are bien educadas because you're a teacher and you're a principal of a school and blah, blah, blah. Well, act educated. Don't interrupt my conversation. I'm putting a stick in my oil so that the oil doesn't burn while I roll one more out. Oh, let me put my cinnamon sugar one in here. So what you want to do, you can actually put it in a bowl, but I'm just going to do this. I feel like I'm like cleaning cat litter. I'm like, ooh, this cat really did litter. And I told my mom, like, I still want to have a conversation because you guys know, I told you guys in supporters that the Rosalie that I've been working on being is the Rosalie that sticks up for herself and tells people that they crossed a boundary, you know? And she crossed a few boundaries that day. One of my aunts did. And my mom's like, no, you're going to upset them and they're going to get mad at me. Girl, we have that same tias. We're cousins. Prima, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, dude, y'all are too sensitive. And anytime I do anything, I'm the bad guy. Like, and you know what? Since I haven't even done anything or said anything, if I'm already the bad guy, I might as well be the bad guy that says how she feels, you know? Like, let me be the bad guy, but at least I got it out, right? I don't have to sit on it or eat it. So, for now on, that's the bad guy I'm going to be. If that makes me drama, then I'm drama. If I'm fighting with tias, freaking mailmen, garbage men, freaking tax collectors. I'm going to fight with whoever I want to fight with from now on, because I have a right to defend myself, and that is my born, God-given right. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? Those buñuelos are different. These are traditional buñuelos. These are the buñuelo, the sugar, cinnamon sugar ones, and these are the honey ones. These are traditional. I don't know what you mean different. Unless you're talking about the star ones, those are a different type of buñuelo. These are buñuelos de rodilla. They're the kind that you like stretch the dough out. This one didn't stretch out for as long as I wanted it to, so I'm going to try to stretch it out on my hand. But these are the piloncillo. These are actually the like original ones. Like before ground cinnamon, there was piloncillo. So you can also stretch it out like this, but it's just so much work. Okay, look, this one didn't stretch out as long. Look, it's going to go back to its like small size. Watch. It's like your man when he hits cold water, girl. Se le meten hasta back into the stomach. 100. Apparently that me and my siblings now because we want to defend my mom from them. Yeah, honestly, because you know what? I feel like there's always one sibling, and in my mom's family, it's her that like kind of lets herself be told what to do by the other ones, because my mom doesn't feel like, you know, she has the same education that they do. So she's always like, well, let me ask so-and-so. And I'm going to what's her name, you know? And I'm like, no, Mom. I don't know. This is my dad's funeral. They're not even, You guys, they didn't even send flowers when my dad died. They didn't even freaking send my mom 2 cents, you know, to be like, hey, concha, pa ayudarte. Like, but they always be recolectando dinero. Like, estamos recolectando dinero para esto. Estamos recolectando dinero para esto. Like, they can't do anything without recolectar. And I'm like, yo, this is my dad's funeral. Like, you're my mom's siblings, and I'm glad that you guys are here to support her. But at the end of the day, that was my dad and my mom's husband, and we already had our plans the way they were. And I know I'm gonna hurt feelings, but I'm not sitting on it anymore. I think sitting on the way you feel and allowing people to treat you wrong is what causes you to have anxiety and depression. Depression is from the past. Anxiety is the fear of the future. Like, I'm not allowing anybody to take that from me anymore. I've worked too hard to be where I am today to allow anybody, a family member, a stranger, anybody. That doesn't mean be mean. That just means stand up for yourself and tell people that they crossed a line and that you're not allowing them to cross that line ever again. And just like that, Rosalie's gone. So we're just going here. But if you guys haven't watched him, his name is Christopher Canta Así, and I know a lot of it's probably like, you know, like for the content, but I think it's hilarious because he stays fighting with all his aunts. He literally calls his aunts and like curses them out. I'm like, Mom, would you rather me just call and have like a civil adult conversation? Because I'm an adult, I'm not a child anymore, you know? I think my oil's starting to burn. My stick is burning, so that's going to burn before my tortilla does, but I noticed it's starting to, this might be my last one. I have 4 cinnamon sugar, which are just for the kids. We all like the honey glazed ones, so, but Miguel and Felipe like the cinnamon sugar. Look, I stretched it out by hand. This is how the ladies did it. Ya me puedo casar. And we say if you get a little hole, what you do is just grab the two ends and just pinch it and then keep stretching it. And you want to be able to see through it. Like you should be able to see through your thing to make it extra crispy. And try to avoid having thick areas and like super thin areas, because then that's going to make it hard to cook evenly. Babe, have you heard from Julian? Ask him what time he's coming back from the mall. Ay, no me diga que te molesta hablarle a tu hijo. No me digas. No me digas. There's one more, so I might as well make it while you guys are here. While we're talking about my tias. I'm back. Hi. I wasn't saying it in a rude way. I didn't take it in a rude way. I don't take anything in a rude way. You could literally tell me, hueles a pescado podrido, and I'd be like, es que no me bañé, friend, está bien. A veces everybody smells, you know? Like, I don't take anything in a rude way. So if you felt that, that's 100%, amiga, your sensitivity meter is on high and mine's on low. We're not on the same level. We're different levels, friend. There's levels to sensitivity, and my sensitivity level is like very low these days. Ashley's back. Dice la Ashley. They're in Kaiser? Oh, like shopping? They're always shopping. I love that my son hasn't paid me car insurance. And I don't charge him, guys. I just want him to learn responsibility and paying bills. So I make him pay like a little bit of his car insurance, but them car insurance for them young ones is very expensive. Gonna get that oil up in that little crevice. And my mom says, I want to know, what are the dipped in? These are dipped in like a molasses that I make with guava and piloncillo, cinnamon, and cloves. And the other ones these are going to be dipped in sugar. Once they start burning a lot, that means your oil's kind of had it. But we're going to try to like, oh, they're here, huh? They're here. the lovebirds have arrived. I'm just stretching by hand. You can stretch by hand as well, guys. You don't have to. Who's here? Oh, it's Flo. Oh, it's just Floor. Buñuelos. Nelly asked me to make some for today. Well, I was going to make them yesterday, but I was filming for a podcast. How was your night? Where did you guys go? Did Isaac go with you?
No, I went to my sister's.
Oh, he said he doesn't feel good.
Of the freaking big ball.
Oh, they were drinking. That'll do it.
Yeah. I don't want to see Greg Goose for a while either.
Oh, you guys. That's my sister-in-law, guys. She lives in the garage. It's not really a garage, though. It's like its own little living space. It used to be a garage, but like the owners that sold it to us made it into like a little like living space. Maybe they had people live there. Maybe they rented it out. I don't know, but we kept it that way. Many moons ago. This one's a little burnt. Honestly, some people like them a little extra burnt. Like when I went to the pueblo to get churros, the ladies would be like, I want churros, but I want them like a little burnt. They like that burnt taste. Some people do, huh? I don't know. I'm burnt. Ya me quemaron enough on the internet que I don't need my food quemada. They have caramel. Yeah, that's true. No, these aren't burnt. These are caramelized, and they're made with orange soda. So if you watch the recipe, these aren't burnt. This is a little burnt. This one is, but all the rest, these are not. They're that color because they're made with orange soda, and they turn like really orangey once they start frying. But I promise you, none of those are burnt. There's one there that's burnt porque yo acá ando en el chisme. Instead of cooking my buñuelos, I'm just gonna stretch this one out a little bit thinner, so it doesn't get burnt like that. Okay, and then after this, I'm going to turn down my oil because my oil is way too hot. Yeah, it was in the fridge last night. Where is it? You've never seen them caramelized piloncillos before? Are you Latina? Like, are you Mexican? This is actually the original way buñuelos were made, like in the early 1900s. I don't know when they started. Me trying to be a history teacher, but then like ground cinnamon and because back in the day, you guys, there was no such thing as granulated sugar. Like sugar came solid like that. So they didn't make powdered sugar, like that. That's very much a modern time thing is granulated sugar. So they made them like this because they didn't have powdered sugar like this to do that. And then later in life, they did this. And honestly, even churros originally weren't glazed. They're not in Mexico. When I buy churros, like from the little man that sells them in the churro cart, they don't put them in cinnamon sugar. They put them in just pure like raw sugar. This is how your buñuelo should look. It should be this color. And this is still a little undercooked right here. So we're just going to let it. So this is a cooked buñuelo. The reason it's so golden like that is because of the orange soda. We're going to put it there. And I have one more.
Oh, you made the masa too?
Yeah, I made the masa. I wasn't being lazy today.
Oh, because I just seen the TikTok where they use the raw.
The raw tortillas, yeah. But these are the orange buñuelos de naranja.
I've never had them.
Oh, they're just instead of water or milk, they put Fanta, orange Fanta or orange flavoring.
Oh, nice.
Back then it would be orange. They would make like they would boil orange peels, my mom said, and make like an orange water, and that's what and canela, and they would do it like that. Yes. Mods, do a poll. Mods, do a poll. I don't know what do a poll means, but what kind of poll? What do you want me to poll? You want me to pole dance? I find you don't want me to pole dance. See, apenas I could do that. They're like, well, do what? Pebbles, don't judge me. Don't judge me, Pebbles. I know you're judging me back there. Okay, so we're just stretching it. You could stretch it with a rolling pin. You could stretch it by hand, but I like when you're not going to let them dry out, like this one was just a ball. I just kind of gave up on drying them. Stretching them by hand is a lot better. That's why they're called buñuelos de rodilla, because the women back then would put a towel on their knee. They'd put their hands on their knee, they'd put a towel on their knee and they'd stretch the buñuelos on their knees. I do a lot of things on my knees, but friend, I do not cook with my knees. My knees are jacked for life. And you know what? I regret it because saving people's lives, I should have let her go in that car with the men. Yo de pendeja. Now I got damaged knees. My modeling career is over. Look. Right here. Look. Look. She's damaged forever. She's damaged. Nobody wants her. Okay. Okay. So here's our buñuelo stretched by hand. Oh, there's a little thick side right here, so I'm going to stretch this one. This is my last one, so I'm going to try to make it super thin. Like that. I like it when you call me Big Daddy. Okay. Like that. Put it in the oil. I heard you're hungover, Isaiah. Huh? Well, were you drinking? Nah. I don't believe it. Your mom said you guys were buzzballing. You were? A lot of us are making. You've never seen buñuelos glazed? Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I know I'm from Jalisco and they make them like this in Jalisco, and in Michoacan they make them like this, but the only difference is that they crumble the buñuelo in a bowl and then they put the glaze in a bowl and you eat it like cereal. But that's the only difference. Well, my friend. Honestly, I think because the traditional way of buñuelos kind of changed with cinnamon sugar. Like, cinnamon sugar kind of took over, you know? I love that my kitchen towel's on the ground and I'm stepping. Oh, it's okay, Christmas is over. This one's going to be my last cinnamon sugar. Like I said, this is the original way buñuelos were made, so they kind of stopped making them this way when granulated powdered sugar came, because then they could put them in sugar and it's a lot quicker than this. But this is like the original like buñuelo. Look up, you can Google it too, buñuelos de miel de piloncillo, and it'll pop up for you. And hand stretching it's kind of fun. Honestly, like there at the end, I was kind of enjoying the hand stretch. All right, I'm going to flip my parchment paper over. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to show you guys the end result. And you want them to be like dark, but not like burnt. Like you want them to be like dark golden, but not burnt. If they're like light in the center like that, that's still raw. And if you put that, it's going to get soggy. And we don't want them to get soggy. See how delicate it gets? Look at that. Because they were so thin. They're like phyllo bread. Then. So this one, and I put a stick in here so that my oil stops burning, and because if I didn't put the stick in there, my buñuelo would look like this, like burnt. So the oil burns the stick before it burns your food. And that you can do that trick with any, like when you're making milanesas or chiles rellenos, and your oil starts to burn, you can throw like a toothpick or like a what do you call them? The skewer sticks in there. She's from did you say Chihuahua? Do the poll. Very interesting. Mod. I don't know if I have a mod on. I don't really do like a lot of mods because I honestly don't care that much. Like people that like want to block people, but like, bro, look. You should never give people enough that much energy that you need to block them out of your life. Let them watch you. Que te duele? A mí no me duele. Okay. I didn't know you were still on. I'm right here, Sandy. I'm done now. Now I'm not. Hold on. This one's just a little bit light in that color. So just kind of wiggle it around. And you guys, when you're working with the hot oil, just know that like 1 second too long will burn it. So just kind of do short little seconds. Let it drip. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Let it drip all that oil. I'm turning my oil off now. I'm bringing it over here. Hi, Fabian. Hello, Happy. You're taped shut. You can't talk? What happened? The amigas wanted to say hi. Come say hi. They're right here. Who taped your mouth shut? Ow, the mustache is going to peel off. Say happy. Say it. Tell them.
2024.
Say happy new
year.
What year is it? Come tell them. They don't know. They think that's 2021.
2024.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's right here, guys. Say hi.
Hi.
Say las quiero mucho.
Las quiero mucho.
Son unas viejas bien chingonas. Say it. Son unas viejas bien chingonas. Say it. Chingonas. There you go, you guys. He's learning Spanish. Spanish is fundamental. What are you looking for? Your Fanta? Okay, turn off the oil. Do you want to try one of these cinnamon sugar? Why not? Why not, Fabbies? You want to go to Grandma's house and eat some pizza?
No.
Then what are you going to eat for dinner? Menudo?
No.
Well, then you got to go to Grandma's because your pizza's over there.
My pizza?
Yeah, it's over there at Grandma's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you left it there. Why'd you leave it there?
I forgot it.
You shouldn't have forgot it, see? That's why you gotta grab all your stuff when you leave. Did you drink your Dr. Pepper that you stole from Grandma's house? I always tell him because my mom always has soda. We never buy soda. And so every time he goes over there, he puts like a soda in his pocket and brings it home and saves it. So there is that one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap them up in parchment paper. So I'm gonna grab, kind of be gentle because they're very delicate. This is the honey, the piloncillo honey. It has guayaba, cinnamon, clove, guayaba, cinnamon, clove, and piloncillo or dark brown sugar, and it makes like this like honey like glaze. It's so good. Earlier when I was like choking on my words was because I put some in my mouth. Oh, let me wash my hands. I just licked my finger. I want to eat the guayabas. I remember when I was little and my grandma would make these. We would always eat the guayabas because they become like candied guayabas. You see that? They're like candy. So good. They're still a little like tart because they're guayabas, but they have like the cinnamon stick, the piloncillo, and the clove. And they're literally candied guayabas. So good. So good. All right. So I'm going to wrap these up like this. more parchment paper, and I'm going to wrap the other one. My parchment. My kitchen's a mess right now. I literally want to cry. These are for the cinnamon sugar ones. Be very careful with them. Like I said, they are very delicate. The cinnamon sugar ones are a lot less delicate than the caramelized ones. The caramelized ones get really delicate once you caramelize them. And these are the like little pieces that broke off. I like to put those on top. And I'm going to wrap these up. And then you have your caramelized and your cinnamon sugar both here. And then we're going to take these to my mom's house and eat them with ponche. I want to ponche you. Ponche is like a tea that we make during the holidays, mostly during New Year's. It's, this is the caramel. So clean your stove, because if you turn on your stove and you have all this like sugar, it will burn into your stove and possibly ruin it. So let me grab my cleaner. I'm not going to wet over here because it's still hot. I just don't want somebody to come and like warm up tortillas and not know that there's caramelized honey on the stove and like burn it into the stove. Right? And just like that, we have made our buñuelos. Did you guys learn, class? They're easy to make. If you guys are over here on this app, you can go on Facebook and look me up under Rosalie Delgado, just like it's Rosalie here. And this will be saved and you guys can make them. It's actually really easy. And it's kind of fun. So if your kid's like rolling dough or playing with dough, you can do it with them. And they're delicious with coffee, with tea, with ponche, with atole. And it's very much a, here's my menudo. I warmed it up for Jose today. Look how much we ate. We made menudo yesterday on our live. I just put it over there while we were making the. And yeah, so I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hey, Pebbles, come say bye. Come on, Pebbles, come say bye. Say bye, guys. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say we love you guys. We're going to go eat our treat. You guys already got buñuelos. I know you got buñuelos and you got buñuelos. Did you get buñuelos? Oh my God, I feel like I'm infested with dogs. Babe, this guy came to our door. He's like, did you guys lose a dog? And he had like a big, like, I don't know what kind of dog. It almost looked like it was like a lab, but it looked kind of like a wolf. It was like dark. And I was like, no, I got, what, Pebbies? What, you want to say bye? Okay, come on. I'll hold you now that I'm done cooking. And I'm cleaning. Okay, come on. Say hi. Say bye, amigas. You guys are amazing. I'm a baby. Say, I'm a baby. She literally likes to be held like a baby. Like, we're like, bailemos con el tuca, bailemos con el lazo, bailemos con el tuca, 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 lazo. Bailemos con el tuca, bailamos con el lazo, bailemos con el tuca, 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 lazo. Bye. No quiero bailar otra, no sé bailar. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye. I'm choking. Bye, Facebook. I love you guys. The snorts. Those are love snorts. You ain't never had no love snorts or what? I'm just kidding. Bye, guys.